Welcome to my channel, everybody. And before we get started, I'm going to say thanks for stopping in. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Or if you like the content, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. So the first story today I wanted to tackle is the story of Governor Gavin Newsom of California. The reason I want to talk about it is because it really informs the rest of the video, and this is going to be a short video. The reason I wanted to bring up the recall of Governor Gavin Newsom is because as of right now, the signatures needed currently sits at 1.5 million. The signatures that they have already gotten for the petition currently sits at 1.2 million. The reason this is important is because perhaps the more that this information gets out and the more people are made aware of it, the easier it will be to bridge that 300,000 voter gap. Now, even in this article from ABC 10, they admit themselves that it is quite likely that the recall will happen. They also go on to say, however, that it is unlikely that it will be able to go through completely, but that obtaining the signatures for the recall vote will actually be possible, and at this time is what they call a coin toss, in their own words. It seems like almost a complete coin flip at this point. So it is possible. So why is this recall significant? Significant is because it helps inform two stories. One is that California has now lifted its stay-at-home orders, and many people think that it is absolutely no coincidence that Governor Gavin Newsom has lifted these orders after the election of Joseph Biden. See, many people speculate that this tanking of the economy, this destroying of small businesses, and this perpetuation of this sort of fear of the pandemic, that all of this was deliberate in its attempt to undermine the presidency of President Donald J. Trump. Now, of course, this is speculation. Whether or not you believe it or you can prove it is entirely up to you. The reason that the recall for Governor Gavin Newsom is so significant is because this lift of stay-at-home orders comes on the heels of two very, very important issues. One, his recall, and two, the election of President Trump. Now, the reason we call this speculation is because if you're pesky Trump supporters that they continue to talk about in the media, you're probably going to be deemed a conspiracy theorist for trying to insinuate that there's any correlation between the recall and the lifting of the stay-at-home orders. Now, obviously, you and I can't prove intent on the governor's behalf. However, it does bring into question some concerning topics. Now, the second story I'm going to get into doesn't really have anything to do in general, but more or less to do with the Trump presidency and what we can expect from Trump here in the future. See, according to Reuters, Trump has officially opened an office of the former president of the United States. Now, don't get me wrong, I think that this is just as ridiculous as having an office of the president-elect. I can't imagine there being any real significance in the power structure, and if President Trump is planning to use this position, the question then becomes, well, how is he going to get his message out? If he's already been banned from Twitter and most of social media, doesn't it stand to reason that any accounts opened on behalf of this new office or this administration, wouldn't those accounts too then be canceled? Or is this something that the president is specifically combating as a result of opening up this administration? Now, in addition to Trump opening his new administration, the former president of the United States, he has also tossed around the idea of developing a third political party here in the U.S. And that brings me to the biggest story of the day and the biggest question. Will there be a third political party in the United States? And if there is, what would that political party look like? And who would be its largest and most prominent representatives? Many have called it the Patriot Party. Now, there have been issues taken across the board with this idea, whether it be the Democrats saying that it is unfair, or whether it be Republicans saying that it will cause a split in their party, or if it's even more right-leaning individuals who say simply labeling it the Patriot Party will inevitably doom it to being a small third-party tier similar to what we see from the Libertarian Party or the Green Party. Now, my question for the audience is, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that a third party is necessary? Do you think more parties are necessary? Or do you think that as a country, our two-party political system is what will inevitably end up winning out in the end? Now, I'm no political scholar, but as somebody with the ability to use the internet and to upload any content I want, I really appreciate the ability to being able to get my voice out there and to being able to engage in discussion and dialogue with other individuals who may not hold the same beliefs as me. Well, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to keep it short. What you think of a third political party here in the United States? Let me know what you think of the recall of Governor Gavin Newsom. And don't forget to hit subscribe and leave your comments down in the comment section down below. I'm still relatively new to commentary. I don't actually like doing this, but it is giving me the opportunity to engage with the community and hopefully develop my own channel as well. So thanks for stopping. Don't forget to subscribe.